MK, and I am back with another Baby Got Scraps layout for you guys today, and I have a rather large layout. So when I was picking out these papers, I went through my little bin that I still haven't showed you guys yet. I apologize about that. I just keep remembering when I'm telling you guys that. But I pulled out my bin of all of these pre-made words that I thought would match the papers that I picked for these pocket pages and layout that I plan on doing today. So I have one that was, I believe, a Paige Evans. This one here is a Chamel. And then I'm not sure, I think this one was either Maggie Holmes or Amy Tangerine. And then another Chamel one that I really liked the words, the word magic on this one. And then for the gold one, I liked the here and now. So I'm not really sure if they're all going to make it on the pocket pages and the layout and whatnot, but I definitely wanted to bring them in because they all worked for these pages. I have 3 photos for a 12 by 12 layout that I'm going to do. And then I have all of these plaid slash cut apart pieces. This branding strip that is from a Vicki Boutin collection. I think it was the Color Life. Oh my gosh, you guys, Color Study. That's what it was. And then from the Family Fun collection by Simple Stories, I have pretty much all my scraps. I have a small scrap from a Paper Rose collection. This is another Family Fun one, as well as the plaid and the cut aparts. That was the Family Fun from Simple Stories as well. This one here was left over from my Christmas papers or pages that I did. It was just a nice little black on black grid. Another Family Fun paper. I also have this zigzag paper. That's from Cocoa Vanilla. I think it's the Sun Kissed or Sunshine collection. And then this piece of cardstock that is peachy pink on the other side came in a Not Just for Boys kit club. So I did mix papers to go with the Family Fun scraps that I had left over. So one of the pocket pages that I have is going to have 2 flip flaps on the top of it. And then it also has a 4x3 page that doesn't have anything in it. But a few years ago, I did put in a little acetate balloon and then of course a little compass in there too. I have this pocket page here that I will not be doing on camera because it is all photos. So I think to save some time, I am just going to put mats on them and call them good. This one here is all photos on one side, but then it has 2 pieces where I want to do the pockets. So this one here and this one here, I will get 2 full-size 12 by 12 pieces because I'm practically doing 4 layouts. I think I can handle the 2 12 by 12 pieces that I'm going to do. But on camera, I intentionally had plans to do the 2 4x4 pockets, the 1 3x4 pocket, which kind of expands over into the other 3x4 pocket, and the 12 by 12 layout. Things don't always go according to plan. So the first thing I'm going to do is sort out my papers so that way I know I have enough of my scraps. I want to use my scraps first. So I went ahead and I took out all my scraps that I don't plan on using, that I didn't want to accidentally use on the 12 by 12, and then I don't have scraps for my pocket pages. So I went and I fussied through all of that and made those hard decisions. And now I'm just working through my 12 by 12. Like I was saying before, things don't always go as planned. I went to go do the pocket pages and I just got so involved with the pockets, I forgot to turn the camera on. So they got done, and I will show you pictures because I was taking the pictures, but as I was uploading the videos, I was like, I don't have any pocket pages. Like all I have is this coverage right here, of the 12 by 12. I didn't have any of the pocket pages. So I apologize about that. I will get that done. Like I said, I'll talk through it when the photos come through, but I didn't take pictures of the pocket pages that are just photo matted. I mean, there wasn't anything. I didn't add anything to them. I didn't, sprinkle any like enamel dots all over it. I didn't do anything. I just took the photos out, trimmed them down 1/8 of an inch on 2 sides, made some photo mats strictly from my scraps. I promise you that, except for the 2 12x12s I told you I was going to pull out. Everything else was scraps. In fact, the only thing I have left over from this project is a small scrap of the plaid, which I love the combination of that plaid, you guys. And then the tickets. I have those left over. Everything else got used. I love it. I absolutely love how I was able to just use everything up. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and punch out a couple of these little compass things. And then when I was getting ready to ball up this beautiful blue piece of paper, I was going to throw it away. And then I realized, well, that's gorgeous. I love the tone-on-tone solid blues. And then the way that it's cut, you can't see that there's arrows, but you can see the tone-on-tone blue, and it just looks like a diagonal stripe. So I'm going to add that to my layout. I know, I just can't throw anything away, you guys. It is so sad. And then, of course, to break up pattern on pattern, I'm going to use this solid yellow piece that I just trimmed off of that giant yellow piece. Now, that yellow piece will make another appearance on the pocket page, but like I said, because you didn't get to see my process, you really don't get to see how it was used, except for just a few bits and pieces here and there. So I'm very sorry about that, you guys. I really am. I like showing you guys my process. All right, so I went ahead and I just used up all my scraps to make a 12x12 piece of paper. And I always make sure that it's 12x12 on both sides, because if you do all of this to your layout and then you realize that the paper slightly fanned out and you go to put it in your layout, one, you have to try to get that layout in a trimmer to trim it down. And 2, you've done all that work. Oh my stars. And it might get ruined by trying to trim it down just so it'll fit in the page protector. Because what it'll end up doing is it'll end up bowing or rippling, and you won't notice it until you put it in the page protector, and it's just a travesty in my mind. So I always check both sides when I create a 12x12 or even a 6x12 or any kind of glued together piece of paper. I try to check both sides to make sure that I evenly got it. Sometimes it's a pill because I can't get I can't get it just right, and I cut all of it out because it takes forever. But other times it works out really well. So what I'm doing with these tickets, I basically decided that these tickets and these patterns and all this stuff was enough of embellishments for my layout. So I'm even using my scraps for my embellishments. I'm not going to go anywhere else for this particular layout other than the thicker sheets that I have next door, the pre-made Word Alpha sheets next door, or to the left. They're not next door. They're right here on my left. I am going to use those as my embellishments as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting up all of the tickets. I tried to fussy cut, or sorry, not fussy cut. I am fussy cutting. I tried to clip it out of the video, but because I was laying them down as I was cutting them, which is annoying when it comes to editing, I didn't know where to cut it per se. I was like, okay, so I took out the yellow bit because I thought I was going to cut out all of those tickets, and then I realized I was only going to do 2. So I cut that out. I cut out a little bit of the red, and then, of course, when it came to the green and the blue, I had to leave those in because they were so quick that the video would have just became too choppy to share with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and have these tickets tucking in and out of the photos. I really like, and I've said this several times before, I really like throwing my photos down on a layout and then making it look like it has movie tickets to go with it, the memorabilia, all that good stuff. Even though this particular event has absolutely nothing to do with movie tickets or any tickets whatsoever. It just was what was part of this collection. But I like having it look like it's a menagerie of stuff tossed on my table is how I really like making my clusters, to be honest. So of course I needed a little bit more tickets up in the upper left of the title, and what these are photos of, and I know I've talked about this before, maybe I haven't, because of the fact that there's the other layouts that I did were pre-made layouts several years ago, and I was trying to use them up, and I think I used those on most of these photos. But this is back in 2011. We were sitting at home just enjoying our Thanksgiving weekend. So Thanksgiving was done and over with, and this was the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. And all of a sudden we hear this noise outside, and it's like, what is that? And we go outside to find out that a hot air balloon landed in our cul-de-sac. And it was the most fascinating thing ever. And it was just me and my husband and my son home for this. And so, of course, Gabriel is only 4 years old, and he is super excited. He is like, I want to go see what this is. This is a big old huge balloon in his yard, right? In his front yard. And so we head out there. We, of course I have to get him dressed because it's slightly cold. Not dressed, but, clothed, coated and whatnot, because it's cold outside. And we go out there, and he is just not waiting for anybody. He wants to go see this giant rainbow of a balloon. And all this stuff. He is so super excited. And so at first, we're kind of standing back and we're bystanders and whatnot, just trying to figure out, we've never had a balloon land so close to us before, usually in our back 40, but that's about it. And they invited us, and we got to watch them tear down the entire balloon. We got to ride in the little basket of the balloon. So that's some of the pocket page photos. All this stuff. It was so fun. So these are the pockets that did not get recorded, and I apologize. So basically what I did was I stuck all of my papers together to make a 12 by 12 page again, and then trimmed them out to be the size of my pockets. Took the exact same embellishments, except for I did add the little arrows from Not Just for Boys Kit Club from about 2 years ago, and then just decorated my pockets. I also loved the fact that one of the thicker sets came with all these little stars, so that definitely helped add to the excitement of the story. So I thought that was a really good addition, and I didn't have to go anywhere to find it, in all honesty. So anyways, that is what I did for today. I am so sorry that the pocket pages did not get recorded, but honestly, it was me gluing paper to paper, cutting it up into specific sizes, cutting my photos, and then gluing it to cover up all that paper. But I do love how it ended up looking in the end. So anyways, thank you so much. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with Baby Got Scraps. I am having a blast, and judging by all of your guys' comments, you guys are enjoying this as well. So thank you so much for making this one of my favorite series to do throughout the year. I really truly enjoy it. I wish I had more scraps so I could do it a couple times a year, but in all honesty, I love doing this and then cleaning out the scraps and starting fresh every year. It has just been so fun and so enjoyable, because you don't have all those scraps from several years, and then your style changes and all that good stuff. So anyways, thank you so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.